Thread models. The objectives of this lesson are to describe the types of threads and to explain the thread models. Types of threads. There are two types of threads, user level threads and kernel level threads. User level threads are managed by the programmer. The programmer can create a thread, schedule them, and can perform other operations on the thread. User level threads are implemented by a thread library. This thread library contains the necessary functions to manage the threads. User can invoke these functions to perform various operations on a thread. User level threads are not visible to the operating system. This means kernel is unaware of user level threads. All the thread management is done in the user space without the need for kernel intervention. User level threads are faster to create and manage. The reason that kernel is not involved in thread management or in thread creation. So thread creation is faster and it is easy to manage the threads because all the management will be done by the programmer in the user address space. The examples of user level thread libraries include POSIX pthreads and Java Thread API. Kernel level threads. Kernel level threads are supported by the kernel, by the operating system. So operating system directly supports these threads. And kernel level threads allow operating system to perform multiple tasks simultaneously. For example, kernel level threads can be used to service multiple system calls simultaneously. These threads are slower to create and manage because kernel performs the scheduling, creation, and management in kernel space. So the kernel level threads are slower and they're slower to create as well as it is difficult to manage these threads as compared to user level threads. All the modern operating system support kernel level threads. The operating system examples such as Mac operating system, family of Windows operating system, Linux operating system, iOS and Android. All these operating systems support kernel level threads. This figure shows the user level threads and kernel level threads. User level threads, they exist in the user space. And kernel level threads, they exist in the kernel address space. There must exist a relationship between user threads and kernel threads. This relationship defines the multi-threading model. And there are three kinds of relationships that may exist between user threads and kernel threads. Many-to-one relationship, one-to-one, and many-to-many. Many-to-one model. In many-to-one model, many user-level threads are mapped to a single kernel thread. As you can see in this figure, that there are multiple user threads. And these different user threads, they are mapped to a single kernel thread that is in the kernel space. Whereas user-level threads are in the user space. User will create and manage these threads. This model is quite efficient as user space manages the thread management because user will create, he will schedule, and he will perform other operations on the thread. So this model is quite efficient because operating system or kernel is not involved in the thread management process. There are few systems that use this model. The examples are Solaris Green Thread Library. It is a thread library that is available for the Solaris operating system. And another system is GNU Portable Threads. This library also supports many-to-one model. The disadvantages of this model are that one blocking thread causes all others to block. This means if one user level thread it makes a blocking system call, then all the threads that belong to the same process, all those threads will be blocked. The reason is because kernel thread is unaware of the multiple user threads. So if one thread makes a blocking system call, it will block the entire process. Moreover, multiple threads may not run in parallel as only one thread can access the kernel at a time. This model also cannot take advantage of multi-core or multiprocessing processor architecture because only one kernel thread will run on the system. So it cannot take benefit of multi-core architecture. These different threads, they cannot run in parallel. Only one thread that is mapped to this kernel thread that will be able to execute. So these are the disadvantages or limitations of this model. And that's why there are few systems that use this model because of these limitations, these two limitations. Another model is one-to-one model. In one-to-one model, there is one-to-one correspondence between the threads. For every user thread, there is a corresponding kernel thread. So every user level thread that a process creates is known to the operating system, or that thread is known to the kernel, because for every user level thread, it has to be a kernel thread as well. The operating systems such as Windows and Linux, they support this model, one-to-one model. The strengths of this model include one blocking thread doesn't block others. So if one thread of a process makes a blocking system call, the other threads of that process will not be blocked because they are mapped to different kernel threads. So if this thread is blocked, only this kernel thread will be blocked. The other kernel threads, they are still available to take advantage of multi-core architecture. So these threads will keep running that belong to the user process. Moreover, the user level threads are able to run in parallel. They can take advantage of multi-core architecture because every thread is supported by a kernel level thread. And because there are a number of kernel level threads, and these threads can be scheduled on multi-core architecture. They can run in parallel on a multiprocessor system. The limitations of this model include creating a user thread requires a corresponding kernel thread. So for every user level thread, there should be a corresponding kernel thread. So it is an overhead that to support a user level thread, we must create a kernel thread, which is purely an overhead. And a lot of kernel threads can burden the system. They can decrease the performance of the system because number of kernel threads are running concurrently. So it will burden the system and will decrease its performance. So due to this limitation, because system performance will be degraded, most implementation of this model place limitation on supported threads. Because the overhead of creating kernel threads can burden the performance of an application, that's why the most implementation of this model, they restrict the number of threads that can be supported by the system. Many-to-many model. This model combines the best features of the previous two models. That is, from many to one model, it supports that many user level threads can be mapped to a kernel thread, to a single kernel thread. And from the one-to-one model, it takes the feature that there may be a one-to-one correspondence between the user threads and kernel threads. So in this model, many user level threads are mapped to many kernel threads. As you can see in this figure, that there are different user threads in the user space. Multiple user threads are running in the user space. And so is the case with kernel threads, that there are many kernel threads in the kernel address space. The kernel threads are equal or less than the user threads. Because this model multiplexes the user level threads to kernel threads, so the kernel threads may be equal to user threads, or maybe kernel level threads are less than the number of user level threads. This model allows the operating system to create a sufficient number of kernel threads. So operating system may decide that how many kernel threads it should create. This decision may be dependent upon the application or the architecture of the system, that how many cores are available in the system. So these two factors may help operating system to decide that how many kernel threads it should create. Windows provide Fiber API to create user level threads, multiple user level threads. However, it is not a very common model. There are very few systems that use this model. Two-level model. Two-level model is similar to many-to-many model, except that it allows a user thread to be bound to a kernel thread. So it is exactly the many-to-many model, that number of user threads are multiplexed to an equal or less number of kernel threads. However, the difference is that a user thread can be bound to a kernel thread. There might be a one-to-one mapping, that this specific thread is bounded to this kernel thread. So the example of the systems that support this model is Solaris operating system prior to the Solaris version 9. So all the operating systems before Solaris 9 from the Solaris family, they were using two-level model. However, starting with Solaris 9, Solaris operating system also uses one-to-one model.